Good evening. Welcome to Gerry's Battles. Effectively, what I'm going to do now over the next, I suppose, 6 months to a year is explore in depth the Mercenary faction. So I'm going to try and get everything on the table in Mercenaries, at least everything I own. Have recorded games or video blogs and play them out now over the next kind of 6 months or so. So I suppose the first one up was a game I played against one of my Leinster Brigands colleagues, Kenny, owner of Gamers World. So we decided to play Morshar into Damiano. Neither of us knew who the other person was playing, so the lists were pretty much how we were thinking. There is, I suppose, a proxy on Martin's side, which is quite evident. The Meat Thresher is actually a Celestial Fulcrum. So the list I played was Damiano, Silas, Rocinante, Vanguard in the battle group, Stanis, Nikolai's Verandre, Midwinter, Anastasia, Halberds, Cav, Riflemen, Press Gangers. So just to give it a bit of just experiment with a few things and see what I can get out on the table. So the video open to suggestions. This video was played. It's been now played out at 4 times the speed we actually played the game in. The game effectively went to clock. So I think a speed of four times means the game is 27 minutes long. So it means something that we can kind of get through and quick, snappy to watch. You see Martin deploying there. Out on the left of the screen at Morshar. I'll be deploying on the right. I'll say M a lot, so don't worry, that'll fade out over time, so don't worry about that. I do tend to be quite critical myself in games, so don't take it as me being negative. It is something that I do and I'm aware of. Scrolling the rest of my notes there, so you can see that how professional I am. So again, the list, Damiano list he's a caster that I like. I think there's a lot of depth in him. I think it's something that I could get used to playing. But I do think it's a list that I would change quite drastically in the next game. I already have an idea for the next list, so you'll see that in the near future, hopefully. Next game up will be against James. So I will be playing Ashton into Cricks. So you'll see there now we've moved into the advanced deploy. So again, no major surprises. I have the press gangers there going to deploy just there in the centre of the zone. To be honest, don't know why they're on the list. Per matchup for them, the amount of sprays, they're really not going to have really much of a chance here. You'll see from the way I deployed, I won the roll with true Anastasia's +1. I chose wrong side. I never really took into the fact that I don't have too much Pathfinder on the list. I'm playing irregulars. I don't have too much Pathfinder on the list, and yeah, just purely picked the wrong side, and it didn't affect me hugely, but it does actually affect me, or the other side of the table would affect me less. There's also a nice hill for me to stand on. So again, just small mistakes in the game where I haven't played in a few weeks. So I wouldn't worry about it too much for now. So you'll see Martin run the Celestial Fulcrum forward there. He's 3 wardens there, and then the flag. One of the major faults I have there now, the fact that Pathfinder here is a major issue. You see Morshar has just ran to the flag. He's going to sit there for the rest of the game, and inevitably I'm going to lose on scenario. But again, that's not the main reason I've lost this game. I've just completely and utterly got out-threatened in this matchup. So again, Martin passes the clock over. So as I'm going on with my being critical of myself, you see straight off trying to say get up on clock. Martin has used about 8 minutes of his clock there. So what I've done is I went straight and used the halberdiers in the top right there to run wide. I failed to allocate to Rocinante. So Rocinante takes a shot at the weird. He does manage to, luckily, he does manage to hit. And because I only had the one, I failed to give him any focus. I had to take the gamble and roll on the 6 to hit, which luckily I was successful and did hit. Did 10 points of damage, but to location 2, so didn't take out any. An odd number there, given the way the grids are, would more than likely take out a box. Second mistake there now is you'll just see I've cast a spell there on the Cav, give them Dark Vengeance, or Death March. So +2 Mat and Vengeance. Martin's list has 2 Wildbirds. So the Cav run forward, I position them out in a threatening, as I thought, a threatening position. And you'll see my other unit of Steelheads just run out, grab board position with a lovely paint job, and then the rifles run around to the right. But again, you can see my shifting back of models. So they run around onto the right, and they have the +2, they surefoot on them, +2 defence, and can't be knocked down. So again, the lack of Pathfinder here and that unit, you'll see now that there's 3 of them there in the terrain that's going to affect them, and one behind that's a crater there is going to affect them. So Martin just haven't considering his options there. So Martin now is stepping up now, measuring his range now for the Wallweird. So he moves the word forward to get to 2 Cavan range. He rolls his dice, he misses. I remind him he has an upkeep on. I have an upkeep on, so this is him adding the extra dice in. So the 3rd dice hits and then kills. And then he's going in again. He shoots another Cav. Rocinante shield guards. So his shield guard's on. So Rocinante unfortunately takes that little bit of damage. I think it was 4 going off memory. Damage there, but again the 3rd shot just kills another Cav. So you can see they're trivially removed. 3 dice to hit, 3 dice to kill. It does kill them quite easily, and it's a silly mistake which ultimately will lose me the attrition game, because I now have no threat on the right hand side of the board or centre right of the board. So you'll see the weird there now going up again, and the last Cav now is going to get killed now by the sentry stones. So again, just measuring his range, the short command here, it was nice to tie them in. So they get an assault, or I keep saying assault order, press forward order. So the 1 stone goes forward, the mannequin goes forward, Spence's focus hits, charge attack kills, and that's the end of that. So again, a quite costly mistake for the Cav. Now, I'm not the Cav's biggest fans, but when you play them that way, you can understand why they don't work for them. Again, it's something I need more practice with, but the stat line of 13-17 just doesn't work for me. It's not high enough armour for me to really see the benefit. So you see Martin there getting some pressure on my flag there, just to ensure that I don't score, even though he will. So again, you see him beginning to flood the zone there, and he's moving forward. Again, the sheer volume of sprays here is phenomenal in this list. All the mannequins, boostable sprays. He used the Watcher with a boostable spray there as well. And then he has the Wardens with Morshar has Crevasse. So again, the large number of spray attacks and multiple models taking damage here is quite drastic. And again, even at the low rat, with the mannequins of rat 4, it is it's not beyond the realms of reach. Again, another keynote mistake here is the fulcrum here moves into the zone, all fine, between the stones, all fine. I never recognised the fact that the fulcrum didn't have a back arc. So you will see later I ambush with Anastasia, but again, no back arc means Anastasia doesn't really do much. So here's the crevasse from the Warden. So this is one of the few tough rolls I make. So the last toughs, and then he's eyeing up a second one. So there we go. And he gets in there. He crosses from there. Again kills, and then another mistake, another potentially key model here. Vendrake is at the back of that. Out of line of sight, you have 2 steelheads in the way, but again, because of the spray, it doesn't matter. And then Vendrake doesn't give tough to himself. So again, Vendrake for the second game in a row now. I know the first game, well, it wasn't recorded, but he hasn't lived past turn 2. And it's not because I'm trying to get work out of him. So Martin passes a very successful turn where he's killed 24 points of models and half a steelhead unit and 5 press gangers. So again, there was 3 press gangers, I think. So it's quite a devastating move, and you can see already, you know, the mercenary force is in serious trouble. So a lot of heavy lifting required. But again, this conversation I've had with Martin here was, at that stage, we might have been better off rewacking because there wasn't much to learn out of this game at this point. So again, I'm just going to highlight again the mistakes and issues that I've come across, because there's more learning in the mistakes. So Anastasia ambushes just off, you can see the Leinster Brig logo there. She's ambushed just off there to the left of that, so the idea was to charge the Celestial Fulcrum in the back. Again, I'm not going to blame dice. I'm a person that believes that if you give, regardless of the odds, you give someone enough dice rolls, they're going to get it eventually. So I don't like blaming dice. I don't like going with the option that, you know, the reason I lost the game is good or bad dice. They can influence the game, but it's very rare that I believe that they'll win or lose a game. So again, you see the last 3 press scanners, the last got up and moved, and the other 2 killed a sentry each. So Ayana halts, moves forward. So Ayana harms there. This is just confirming the fact that she is magic 7 and needing snake eyes to miss. So luckily enough, I rolled a 3 instead of double 1. So I hit, and then halt, and then attempts to kill that last mannequin. So the Vanguard just toes his own, goes in, just walks in and shoots. But again, on a single focus, failed to hit, and that's the end of that. So again, I charge in with steelheads, do a combo, roll double 1, miss. So again, that mannequin lives. Not overly important in the grand scheme of things, but again, it's just a bit of an issue there. This is Martin just checking. A ruling just confirmed that crevasse removes from playing, it won't get tough rolls. So Silas goes in against that mannequin, fails to kill. The Tinker goes in, repairs Rocinante, and you can see the pillar assault now is a bit of an issue for me. So confirming pillars have gone up now, Mark 3 from 18 to 20. So you can see me now, it does take me a little bit of time to decide whether I'm going to charge the 1-inch melee. Standard Sprocker is a bit of an issue. So as you see, you can measure. I'm measuring around. Should have proxy based it, but we know he's plenty of movements. So, you know, there's no way that I can actually get both. So I end up charging the pillar. Again, Martin correcting me because I haven't turned to face, which is fine. Charge, failed to kill it, reposition back to pretty much where I started. But again, POW 12, you know, he does get +2, so POW 14, but again, I rolled a 5 on 3d6, so failed to kill. Again, another mistake is I forgot the mount attack. Even though it does need big numbers, it is another attack, it is a possibility. so we should have taken it on. So this is Damiano decides that the pillar has to go, so he does it himself. He fleets, and now you can see the damage output from some of the models. So we used a kind money shot here on the rifles, so moving them all up forward, so marking each one as we're going. We're shooting effectively with harm, so I need 5s to hit and dice minus 3. So again, you can see there, just picking them off slowly, but a little bit too slowly. A few shots missed, a few shots failed to damage, but again, they do get the job done. And again, a small mistake here is the order of activation. There is other models that I could have potentially got in to kill the stones, but instead I didn't target from the correct areas. So they did their job, they lifted the warden, that's what they're there to do. Additional shots was always a bonus, but yeah, I failed. I could have had 2 additional shots in on a stone, could have combined, go up to 15s, potentially killed the stone, the one just there to the top of the Celestial Focal, disguised as me treasure. So again, Rocinante going in, just the angle he had to go in and the distance meant that he's only making 1 ward. Again, a mistake here was I used my last focus to boost the damage roll when I didn't need to. Well, I did need it in the end, but mathematically I shouldn't have needed to. I needed a dice roll of 4+ and 2d6, means that my quick work shot then was unboosted, which ultimately then missed. So what I'm doing is just measuring out steelheads to see where I'm going. Real debate here on where I was sticking the shot from Rocinante, and I decided that was better off going after the shrimps here. So I fired into the shrimps, missed because I didn't have to focus. Again, not blaming dice, blaming the fact that I misallocated or misspent my focus, and then just began trying not to lose the game. So again, measuring out where we can go to, and I'm a fraction out on that one, so just decided that it's time to flip the zone. So acknowledging there's nothing I can do about a Morshar and flag, I'm going to go to 1-0 down, and we have Anastasia is going in there. Martin reminds me now at this point that he has no rear arc effectively, so Martin scores his 1 point, and he's just confirming there at that point in time that battle engines can be placed, which I said yes, there's absolutely no issue with battle engines being placed, and I can see the alignment of the stones now, and that's pretty much going to cause a lot of problems now for me. But again, misplacement, failure to recognise that the stone was probably the correct target. I should have had 2 shots into 1 stone, a charge attack with Anastasia into another stone, potential of lifting 1 or both of them. Was probably more important than trying to tie down the battle engine, who can't be tied down because he has dual attack anyway. So again, just failing to recognise key targets. So moving into turn 3, I'm 27 minutes. At the end of my turn, I have 27 minutes left in the clock, but again, this isn't a clock game. Now, Martin is quite low on his clock, but again, it's not going to be a clock game. We both recognise that, so Martin was quite happy to take his time on this. Another key issue here is you will see Damiano there. I forgot the armour buff from the feet plus 3 armour. It does capture, measured it afterwards, it does capture all but 3 of the rifle there. So the rifles will may have survived. We don't know, we didn't roll the dice, so again we don't know, but again the odds of them surviving are greatly increased with plus 3. So again, I'm going in here, forgetting the armour element on the press gangers. But again, I assume Martin would have used the Fury anyway. So you can see Martin going in. The shrimps go in with their gunfighter ability and start lifting steelheads. Only one captured in the feet there. So again, the concentrated power goes in and they do great work there. Nice little 10-point unit, promote a leader, continue to promote him, and then the last guy gets killed. And he Zephyrs forward. Sorry, he didn't concentrate. He Zephyrs forward, so I remind him he's better off with the Weird to actually kill out those last two steelheads at top rather than Zephyring in. Which again, I'm okay with that. It's the correct play, so I would rather inform, especially in casual games, I'd rather inform my opponents if there is a small element of mistake there I can both learn from, because it is a mistake again that could have been punished. It would have saved me a CP and bought me an extra turn, which wouldn't have done much, but it would have bought me the extra turn anyway. So again, you'll see now the Weird now will kindly, again, a debate over line of sight here, but I'm quite happy that he was in line of sight, and his 2 shots didn't need to boost either, kills, and he drops arcane suppression in there. Now here is a huge issue for myself. We have to spray, needing big numbers to hit, and you will see that I failed to get him to roll damage rolls because I believed that they were straight kills, where they wouldn't have been straight kills. They were actually dice. I would have been 16s, so it would have been dice 5s to kill. Again, 5s to kill. Some of them may have stayed alive, but you can see that they're just dying in droves. Again, I am at the target here, but measuring out halt, again fraction out. But again, it's my own fault. I could have moved him a little bit further forward. I don't know why I was hanging him back a little bit. So again, shield guard on the Vanguard, but again, unfortunately, Ayana advances to Ayana anyway, as being the closest target, and then the POW 10 does sufficient damage to kill. Or maybe not. So now get out. I'll tinker. There's the target there. You can see the amount of work the sprays are doing. The press gangers, that one was lucky enough to stay alive. Martin recognised the job was done. The crevasse is more important than King Weapon press ganger. And then you can see that Morshar does his Pillars Assaults down again just to be a nuisance. And it worked. It was very effective. It was a very effective nuisance. And went on to Damiano's turn. No. So 3-0, turn 3. Game is pretty much over. I can't get a model up to contest the flag. With the position of the Pillars Assault, without taking free strikes. Not a lot I can do here. So again, there's conversation around is it worthwhile, seeing what we can do. I was of the opinion the Vanguard, or that Damiano went in. Vanguard cleared the Pillar Assault there. Damiano went in and killed the Warden in the hope that he lives and survives the next turn, but there wasn't realistically much option of doing that. So again, we have the last of the steelheads here, walk over, and it's trying to just clear out that flag because I need to score to stay in the game. So, first attack there, kills, and the second one kills. Allocated 2 to the Vanguard because change of plan was the Vanguard was the one that was going to kill that Warden. There's 4 models in the way there. 2 of them are now dead. We have a Black-clad Wayfarer, and we have the Warden at the top of the screen and in the middle of the screen there. That killed Rocinante, which also forgot to get the armour bonus from the feet. So both rifles move over to an attempt to clear that pillar for Damiano. Now because of the auto activation issue, no money shot, the flank solo, but again failed to kill. They would have been held 13, so they needed 8s to kill, and again failed to kill. You can see the little bit of pressure, so again to stop me auto losing the game, the Tinker runs and contests. Oran goes after the Black Lad, so boosts the attack, naturally rolls 2 bounces and gets both steelheads, and then cranks the damage on both to kill both. Well, not that he needs to crank, but he kills both. But again, it's an acceptable loss. I needed to kill him, even more important. Yeah, we're looking see is there a position where Stannis can charge over and clear that out, but because of the angle of the first pillar, there's no way that he can do that. So I just walk him forward. I think the swing at the one on the left fail and reposition into the flag to score, because again, most importantly here is I do need to score. So moving up, camera again, although just in the settings, so apologies for standing in front of the camera there. Potentially a mistake here as well with that press ganger. Unbeknownst to me, it was only a single free strike, so I could have potentially ran through that gap around to contest. So it was a single free strike, 5s to hit. He misses the 5, I get away. I get in, I contest, and it buys me another turn. But rather than do that, I took an attack here and did 4 or 5 points of damage on the Warden, and that was that. It was an irrelevant attack, but didn't really matter. So I'm effectively down to 3 models. I need to kill a Warden, so I'll halt, have to activate text. So this is me deciding how I guarantee the kill with the Vanguard, so having a discussion. Damiano's not going to do much else, so Damiano steps forward, puts Deadeye on the Vanguard, and takes a shot into the Warden, and then charges down with the Vanguard. So again, I've played the Vanguard now a few times, particularly with the point reduction. He lifts way above his weight, and as you see there now, kills him. So we go to turn 4, it's 4-1, and really, game is pretty much over. Guaranteed another score from Morshar, brings it to 5-1, and needs to clear out either zone. So I have 1 press camera in a zone, and 1 rifle in the zone, and I have the Goblin Tinker in the zone, and then just contest Stannis. So it's near impossible not to do this. So the likes of these attacks here, kills a rifle, yeah, that doesn't really matter. He's just gone after halts. Halt says no thanks and shoots him back. So nice and simple. And then again, Markin moves forward. Stones, just say to Damiano, stay there, we're not going anywhere. Markins charge in, and murdered for all press guard. Then effectively wins the game. So he goes over, poor Goblin Tinker gets murdered, and he moves a model in there to contest. And that pretty much ends the game as any sort of contest. Good lessons there in the game. So hopefully you enjoyed that. Open to feedback. Tell me if the video was a bit too fast for you, and hopefully I get another one out next week. Have a good day.